What's up, everybody? I'm back. What's up? What's up? What's up? What is up, guys? It is Julian MT, and I'm back with energy, and I'm back with a lot of energy, a lot of emotions, and I just want to show y'all exactly where I'm winning and exactly why we will not lose again against the Blues. We will win, and I will tell you what. This is amazing. This is definitely amazing. Taking trending trades, winning these, going with the trend, going with the trend. Now, guess what, y'all? I want to show y'all something. This video is going to be about not too long, but I'm going to show you what against the trend blues do and how you don't lose. So, once again, do not take against the trend blues, period. Just wait to let them play out, and I'll show you exactly how to get back into another one. So these blues, the trend, the UJ trend, we're going to look at the UJ, is going up. Bottom band is pointing up, y'all. I have other videos, but just check this out. It's going up. The channel is going up. This 5-minute road is pointing up on the 5-minute. The 15-minute road is pointing up. Orange road is pointing up. You got your signals pointing to the upside. There's no new 15 signal, y'all. Okay? There's no new 15 signal. So that's a good sign. And there's no 15 signal on the UJ, and the trend is going up. You have your 4-hour going up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This would have been a great trade right here. And then we have the trends for the long term down. But guess what? You have your weekly blue. Let's be real. We have a weekly blue, and the trend is turning to the upside. So we see it before. And we see it before the move happens, right? Now, I'm gonna just play this video. And by the way, guys, this if you took this UJ trade to the downside, this is basically the point where you had to get in. You had to get in right here, 20, 25-ish. And you would have to got in on this super arrow or something. But I just want to say that I don't take against the trend blues, and this is why I would lose. This is why I would lose. Listen up, listen up, y'all. This is why I would lose because I would take this trade, right? Seeing that, yeah, man, that's a super arrow. Um, it's only blue that there is. There's no other signal. Yeah, I would take it off that, and just because of happened and this happened. And that happened. Now, this is why I would lose right here. This is why. So, I'm not saying the fact that if I took this trade up here at this 107,264 area and I'm letting it touch this bottom band from right here, from this bottom band to this bottom band is about 6 pips. Now, this is why this is a bad trade, y'all. This is a against the trend trade. This is against the trend, guys. This is against the trend. Look at this. This is pointing up. This is pointing up. The UJ is going to the upside, guys. This is against the trend. This is why this trade will lose. Unless you took it up there, if you weren't not going to take it down here, this trade will lose. See? It only gave you about 3 pips, y'all. It only gave you about 3 pips. Now, this is where I want to show you how to get back in a trade with the trend after this blue contact touched. This is what Jazz preaches. This is what I'm preaching. And this is what we're going to win at. Yeah. Okay, we're going to have to let this run right here, guys. On this UJ. Let's go. We're in the trade. Boom. That's 5 pips if we took the trade earlier. Not right now. Not right now. You're in the BB bands. Bone cold puckering trade. Check this out. Went down. Here's the orange line, y'all. The orange line. That was a touch. Pierce the orange line. There's no new 15. There's no new 15. You see that? There's no new 15 going down. This right here, 107.17. This is where it's going to go again. And we're going to take this back up with the trend, guys, because these are against the trend blues. And we're going to take this back up with the trend with a new signal, DX, and momentum. And that is how it's done, guys. That is how it's done. Touch the orange line. And the reason why I would lose is because from this 21 area to this 17, that's only 4 pips. You know, unless you took those 4 pips or you got it in earlier, guys, that's a bad trade. That's a bad trade. You had to be in here way earlier. It's a bad trade against the trend. No need to risk it. Right here, boom, touch the bottom, guys. Oh yeah, that's going back up. The channel's pointing up. The channel's pointing up. This is pointing up. And this is a trade off the BB bands, 107.18. And yeah, we're gonna actually let this whole video play out because I want to see you actually take the trade to the upside and understand that when you're taking a trending trade after the blues have failed, I want you to realize that you're going back with the trend. You know, you're going back to the trend. You're gonna go back with the trend if you're waiting for the signals to go back with the trend. It goes and retests it, y'all. See this? That's a touch again. Another touch to go back to the upside. This is a resistance. Hitting this top of this 107.15. It hasn't even got flat yet, so we don't know. But we know it's going to touch this. Trend is up. And it's going to bounce back up. All of them are pointing up. Every single thing is pointing up. And this will go back up because of these BB bands. They're telling us, guys. They are telling us. They are telling us. Look, BB is so. I mean, BR is so right. They're telling us it's pointing up. It's pointing up. These are pointing up. The trend of the 5-minute UJ is going up. The trend for the 5, 15, and the 1 hour are going up. Look at it, guys. Look at your ATM. It's going up. That is a trade. And you know what? That is correct because that's the only place it can. And look, it went up. Just had to show you that it went up, and that is the touch that it's on. So if you took a trade right here at this bottom, you would be losing because you're going against the 15, going with the trend, going to the upside. This has touched the bottom of the BB band. So this is basically about the time when you're going to take a trade to the upside. To the upside. And look, you have your DX. You have your momentum. Sorry, you have your momentum. You have your blue chart arrow. What else do you have? You have your 15-minute in. Like, I'm in this trade because it's against the trend blues. And I know that it's going to go touch the trade. Touch this bottom band. That's off the orange line. That's with the momentum. But what we have been preaching is with the momentum, with the DX. Wait for momentum and then wait for your DX to get into a trade. And always have those in your favor. Always have those in your favor. And if you always have those in your favor, you're going to win more often than not. If you wait for your DXs, see, this is turning red, this is turning green. People aren't in the trade. Some people are in the trade, and it turns green. What's your signal? Turns green. Yay! There it is. It turns green. And don't get me wrong, y'all. Whenever you get your whole signals and that they turn green, yeah, going with the Nico or the UJ up. Look at that. You have your 5 and your 15. Your blue charts arrows already in play. not too far away. This is not in the BB bands, guys. This is a good trade because this is gonna go touch. Eventually, this is gonna go touch this top band, and it's gonna go keep going because there's no 15. So this is a good trade, not necessarily a bung hole puckering trade if you got in with the right arrows. And then boom, it gives you another entry to get in off the orange road, off the orange road, off the orange road, and there it is, y'all. There it is. There, there it is, y'all. There it is. And then you have your blues on the 5 and on the 15 and on the 1 hour. And that's basically the time where I decided to get out, and that's whenever I got into a new trade shortly after that because I got out. Blues told me to get out. I know you can continue to go, but now that I see these blues, yeah, I'm back in, guys, right here because of this UJ. DX is 9. The momentum's in. You have your super arrow on the 5. You have two blues on the 15. You have your blue red on the 1 hour, which is a Nico. So now this right here with this super arrow was a great trade because now you have your. Sorry, earlier I got in right here. I got in earlier with the 15, with the 5, with the 1 hour, and this is one of the trades that I would take with the blues, and that's the only time I would take against the trend Nico. Whenever there's a 5 minute, a 15-minute super, and they both have blues, and you have a 1 hour going with it. Preferably, not necessarily all the time you need a 1 hour, but since we have the blue red, yeah, I'm definitely taking this as a Nico, as a trade that I would take to the downside because this is gonna go touch this. Hey y'all, look, this is gonna go touch this 474. That's about 10 pips away, close to, and that would have been a great trade to the downside for 5 pips. The trend trade, or 10 pips, or right there. That was perfect. That was perfect, y'all. And with this red arrow, of course, we're going right back up. Like at this point, this blue, super yellow going into the golden road. The trend is pointing up, and basically when this candle closes, you have the switch of momentum, and shortly after you get your red signal going back to the upside, going back with the trend. So that is basically it. Um, yeah, guys. Yes, 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 yes. Ah, this is great. I took this trade too, right here. Going back with the trend, and I did. I just have to just say this only because these are with the blues, and it's because of the 5 and 15, and I know that 15 wasn't done yet, so I knew right here when this start pointing to the downside, going back down on the blues, guys. I'm sorry, this is just against the trend blues, but these are like with the going with the Nikos as well. This was in the midst of a Nico, and I feel like taking trades from here. It's not necessarily I didn't get in there. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get in right there. I did get in. Let's see, right there. Give me some more. Give me some more momentum, guys. I need momentum. Give me some momentum. 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 Let's get it. I need that momentum. That's the only time I would take the trade. Not just off the white arrow, but that's a good trade because it's going back with the blues, because going back with the Nikos. And so, just as earlier, going against the trends, but once these are in play and once these start performing on the 5 and 15, you're going to have to really pay close attention to the arrows because on the The 15 is still there, and these are blues, and so is the 5. You know, you have your 5 minute pointing up. That's why we're waiting on the momentum and DX to switch. That's what we're waiting for. So don't get caught up in the hype of just taking trades off the top of the bands, but more of wait for your signals in momentum and DX to take a trade. So I mean, we have your white arrow, and we're just waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting for more momentum to change and possibly this DX switching, just because we're going back with the blues. And we'll see. I mean, look at this. Great correlation. Great correlation. Boom. This is gonna hit the top. Just hit this bottom. Look, this is about to bounce up. This is about to bounce up. Look, it went all the way from the top up here to the bottom. This is bouncing up. This EU, this might bounce up as well. Oh, see, the EU might keep going, but right now, see, I wouldn't take the EU yet, but it might bounce up. And then you have your change of momentum of the UJ, and then we see that the UCAD is trending up. So like this trade going to the downside, we need a lot of help. We need a lot of momentum, DX change. We need to see more signals. So we need to see more. We need to see more. We need to see more, 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 more. Maybe like a DX change. Yeah, I took this trade right here. Not gonna lie, I did take it. Only reason why I took it was, man, that momentum changing was just too great. I couldn't resist not taking this because I knew that it was going back with the blues, going back with the Nikos. I just had my confirmation signals everywhere for me to take that trade. But like see, no signal, but I know it's gonna go back down. I don't really particularly like the trade, but I did take it. I did take it. But I feel like this trade is not correct because it should have green momentum, and I'm going back with the trend, and just take it once. See, going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, going up and down, up and down. It really hurts your head going up and down. But if you're sticking on one chart, if you're sticking on one pair the whole time of the UJ, and that's the only one that we've been working on. Every now and then, we like to go to the other chart and take a trade. So, but we need to have a main chart that we're looking at to verify. For Jasperin, he looks over here at the GU going to the upside. So for Jasperin, this trade going to the upside would have been a work. Look at this. Signal DX change and 15's up. So he would have took that trade up. The EU with the momentum DX change. No 5 minute. So I wouldn't take this trade. It has a 15 minute, but it just shows great correlation with our trade that we want with the UJ going down because the DX changed. So we'll be in the trade at 107.48. So if we're like next time this gets momentum, I would take this trade to the downside. To the downside. So only reason why I'm saying that I took this trade before, sometimes you just do it, and we got to get out those habits. We have to take trades with the DX with the momentum bars flashing in our favor. We have to. We have to. There's no other choice, y'all. I don't want you to sit here and take a trade right here and you get killed, or sitting here taking a trade because you've just seen momentum. That's cool and all, but we have to get in the habit of taking trades with the DX and momentum flashing on our side. When the DX is in our favor, we need the momentum. So like these GU, see, these were better trades going because the DX was flashing with their momentum. You see this right here on this UCAD. You have red momentum, the DX is flashing, going to the downside, going to the downside. So now that shows great correlation with these three. See, these two, we know these two are going to win because we've seen that go up, that go up. And we know this is going to go down. And so we just need the momentum, y'all. Basically the trade. I wouldn't take this cat down. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it with just that. I wouldn't do it. Works. But I wouldn't do it. But it worked. But it worked. That's what I'm saying. So it's a good trade, correlating because they all worked. That worked. That worked. Would have been showing great correlation. But you have to have correlation in all the charts. You have to have your DX. You have to have every single pair flashing in order for these trades to win like that. Thank you, Momentum DX. BR, Jasrin, Benny, Anissa, MT. I'm out.